I would think I should add that the modifications I've done to this car, and they're not a big list at all, but you know, it's worth noting that the front and rear headlights, like I think I said this in a previous video, are the updated tail lights. They're not straight from Mercedes. They're depot headlights. They're still a good brand, but the only downside is that there is a code that comes up when you first start the car. It'll just say left blinker, right blinker. And then I think it just says that they're out, but they're not, and they work well. In addition to the lights, I removed the resonator. The car's not too loud at all. Actually, it's very tame. Doesn't sound beastly, as beastly as maybe like the 6.3 engine in the later models, like more recent years. But it definitely sounds good, and if you're behind it, you definitely know it's an AMG. I think the car styling is great, but everyone has their own opinion. I'm gonna go in the trunk real quick too. The trunk is massive. There's plenty of room back there. And like I said, if you want it, you can buy a subwoofer with the car. It has the housing and the amp and the wiring all ready to go. Just buy it when you buy the car. Throw it in for, I don't know, 200 bucks. There's no rear tire or no rear spare tire. There's the wiring for the subwoofer. And I'd actually just replaced the battery. It's a brand new battery with a, I think it was a 4-year warranty. So, nothing to worry about there. What I've also replaced on the car is the suspension pump. So this car doesn't have air suspension, but it has hydraulic suspension. It's called the ABC suspension, or something like that. And the pump is brand new. Mercedes said that it would fix a small issue I was having with the rear of the car sagging when you park it, which is a pretty common problem, and actually an extremely common problem with these cars. It happens on all of them when they go over about 80,000 miles. Whether it's the front or the rear of the car sagging, it does happen. And that happens when you turn off the ignition and it sits for 20 minutes, or even sometimes it'll take a few hours, but the rear of the suspension will sit. It's not a big deal. When you turn the car back on and you put it into any gear, it'll raise right back up and go to ride height. So other modifications, what did I say? Resonator, lights, obviously the wheels, if you want to purchase them with the car. If not, I'll put the stock wheels back on. I also have on the car lowering links, which, a long story short, it tricks the suspension into thinking that the car is higher, so it lowers it. So the car is on lowering links. If you would like, I can put it back on the stock links. It'll be at the stock ride height. And that's really about it for modifications. I mean, the front grille is new. Sometimes the old ones get kind of yellowed. Same as the lights on old S55s or any S class of the year. If you look it up, you'll see the headlights are always yellowed. They look bad, but these ones are new, as you can see. And what I'm going to show you here is when the car is in park, what it does is the rear will raise up. It's kind of hard to tell right now. This only happens when the car is in park. When you're driving, it will never do this. So if it's sitting, idling in park like it is right now, you'll notice it. I'm gonna try to take a video of what I'm talking about.